Hi, I'm Julie Jackson.
And I'm Jacqueline Kotar.
Thank you for taking time to volunteer for the Fort Worth Drowning Prevention Coalition.
As you might know, Texas leads the nation in pool drowning, and Tarrant County is #1 in the state of Texas for pediatric and adult drowning. We can only hope that the vision of our program is making an impact in Tarrant County. With the help of the Fort Worth Fire Department, the Fort Worth Drowning Prevention Coalition is producing a series of videos to train our volunteers in advance for daily lessons. There will be 9 5-minute videos. The first video is our program overview. The subsequent 8 videos are techniques that mirror our daily drowning prevention lesson.
Thank you, and let's get started.
So Julie, can you tell us what's required of our participants by the last day of the program?
Sure. There are 5 curriculum achievements that each student needs to demonstrate by the end of the program. Throughout the program, assessments will be taken to measure each student's ability. Now, Jacqueline will talk about achievement number 1.
Our first achievement is that students should be comfortable in the water. They should be able to demonstrate that they can place their face and head in the water.
Goal number 2 is for them to demonstrate the ability to float.
Goal number 3 is the ability to tread water.
They need to safely navigate 10 yards.
That brings us to our final achievement. Students should be able to state 3 of the 6 water safety rules. 1, learn to swim. 2, throw don't go. 3, yell go tell. 4, follow all pool rules. 5, never swim alone. And 6, wear a life jacket.
I know this is a lot of information, but it will be reinforced through the video series and at each daily lesson. Next, let's talk about teaching tips. Our number 1 rule is to never turn your back on your class. We cannot emphasize this enough. Never turn your back on your class. Always stay within 2 arms lengths of your students and never turn your back on your class. Also, do not assume they know what you're talking about.
Never turn your back on your class. Smile and be animated. Never turn your back on your class. Speak slowly and loudly, and never turn your back on your class.
Praise often and never turn your back on your class.
Julie, did we say never turn your back on your class?
We did mention it a few times. Remember, there will be lifeguards at each pool, and they will be the first responders. But our number 1 rule is
never turn your back on your class.
2 seconds is too long to turn your back on a child.
This brings us to our final segment, our participant protection information. The FWDPC wants all students and volunteers to be safe in and around the water.
Please be mindful of how you handle each participant. Each child has its own personal boundaries. You need to first explain the act, then invite them to participate. You need to keep your hands visible at all times. This is for your protection as well as the child's.
Praise is crucial, but full frontal hugs are not acceptable. Verbal praise, pats on the head, and high fives are great ways to show praise.
Never place yourself in the position to be alone with a child. If a child needs to use the restroom, please contact an on-deck volunteer and they will take the child to the parent. Remember, this is for your protection as well as the students.
We thank you and we respect your time, but please be ready to get wet 20 minutes before the session begins. This will give us plenty of time to review the daily lesson.
Thank you, and see you in the next video.